So, sorry if it's windy. What's up, y'all? It's Tahj coming at you with another video. I just showed you the unveiling of my bike. If you've seen it, thank you for watching. If you didn't, I'll put a link for it somewhere. I'll point to it while I'm editing it. But essentially what I'm about to show you is the fundamentals of a motorcycle and how to ride a motorcycle. So, let me get my GoPro hat on real quick. Let me put that thing on real quick. So, to begin with, this is your clutch, right? The clutch is what helps the engine grab and let go of gears, right? And obviously it's what allows you to go forward. If you're not familiar with a manual car, I would recommend learning how to drive a manual car. I mean, and it's basically the same thing. So that's that. So you got your gear selector right here. So obviously you wouldn't know, but you go down for first gear. So you push this down with your foot and it'll go on the first gear. And it's hard to explain, but a like half click or like a slight click up is neutral. That's where, you know, you can rev it or whatever without holding in the clutch and it won't go crazy. And then a full click from first up is second, another click up is third, another click up is fourth, and so on until you hit sixth gear. So that is the gears. And actually, I'll show you, just to show you exactly what I'm talking about. But before I do that, I'm gonna show you this. Obviously, this is your key, that's your ignition. This is your kill switch. So your kill switch, so if I wanted to, I will start the bike in a second and I'll show you exactly what it does. So the kill switch needs to be off for you to have it on, and the kill switch on means that obviously the bike is killed, right? So I'll show you. See, turn right off. So that's your kill switch. Now, most bikes, when you hit this, like let's say I turn it off and then I turn it back on, or better yet, I'll turn the kill switch on. So I'll turn this on, you won't hear no fuel pump priming. And that's a good way to indicate if your fuel pump is any good. So you go down a little bit. Dang, you can't even hear, hold up. That was your fuel pump priming. So that's that. This is your throttle. Obviously you don't want to do that, but this is your throttle. This is what obviously, you know, get you your RPMs up and get your speed up, all that good stuff. This is your front brake. That's what grabs the front. Now, what I see a lot of new riders do is what they'll do is when they get scared or they get nervous, they grab a whole lot of front brake. You don't want to do that, because if you do that, you gonna basically just go over the bike or slide. It's gonna slide under you. I mean, it's just not a good move. So what I recommend y'all do is get accustomed to using both these brakes. This is your front brake. This is your rear brake. So the rear brake obviously isn't as strong as the front brake, but if you use them together, they work really well. So I mean, that's basically the gist of, you know, a motorcycle and the controls. And then obviously you have your steering here. Most people won't really understand that until they actually get on the bike. They won't understand that when it comes to steering, you counter steer, but you need to lean with the bike. And for most people that'll be scary, right? Because they don't know what the hell they're doing. So I'll show you a quick example, because I don't want this video to be too long. And then obviously this is your kickstand. Your kickstand will keep the bike from starting if you're in gear. So let me put it in first. So if I try to start this bike right now, it's not gonna start because that kill switch is on. See? Even with the kill switch off and everything, it's not gonna start. So you pick that up. I don't think that this bike is like intermittent. Sometimes it'll start with the clutch in, sometimes it won't. See, that time it would. So I would recommend when you just learning how to ride a bike, have it in neutral, so that way you don't have nothing to worry about. So that's that. With some of these ZX6s, you have like a throttle, not a throttle, it's like an idle control knob. Now I'm a Yamaha guy, to be honest, and I'm not used to that. I'm not gonna lie. I've never had that. I've never really, you know, or if I did have it, it was like under the bike or whatever. So that's that. What do they want? Don't know what the hell they doing. Anyway, so that's that. And then, what am I missing? So these are your high beams. Low beam, high beam. Here, I'll show you. So right now, low beams is on. As you can see, low beam is on. And then high beam is on. Now, I'm pretty sure with these 600s, the one headlight will be out when the low beam is on, and both will be on when the high beam is on. So I'll basically pretty much just show you how to actually ride it. So you're on the bike, right? Your kickstand is up. You in neutral, you have power, you have everything you need. Your kill switch is off. I would recommend when you first learning how to ride a bike is to just go ahead and get used to using this clutch. Now, a lot of new riders and a lot of new people to driving with clutches, they don't know how the heck to do it. I would recommend the very first thing you do, come on mosquito. What I would recommend is just going ahead and feeling for that spot where it starts to move a little bit. So I have both feet planted, start the bike, hold that front brake so you don't, I mean, if it's in first, you just go and lunge forward a little bit. So I'll show you. See? And I stalled out. So I put it back in neutral. And that's gonna happen every time you do that. What the hell are they doing? Why are they being weird? What the hell they do all the way over here just to do this? What do they want? What the hell? Where did they come from? People is weird, man. So essentially what had happened was they came from all the way over there for whatever reason. They came all the way over there just to try to come out, just to be nosy. Because there's really only one way in there. You were nosy as hell. Anyway. So it started. Put it in first gear, and because I know how to use the clutch, I don't need to use the brake. So better yet, I'll show you with the brake. So you start finding it, go slow, pull it slowly out, and you'll start to feel the bike kind of lunge forward a little bit, and you hear it dying a little bit because it's trying to go forward. And I pull it in and it stops. So I'm gonna let go of the brake. I'm gonna just let it do its thing. See? Now, when you're a new rider, you should literally just get used to it. Don't actually start rolling yet until you feel comfortable enough. And what a lot of people do is they panic. They panic and then they hit all the throttle. See? But that's even more scary. Don't do that. So what you essentially should be doing is just filling that clutch and get comfortable with it. And then you'll just start rolling. And then you can turn, you can do whatever the hell you want to do. My tires aren't super warm, so I'm not going to do too much. Is when you're turning, you turn your head, and you're going to go wherever you need to go. And then when you're trying to do the slow maneuvers, move that body. So that way you're countering the weight that you have on the bike. And then obviously get comfortable with using the brakes and using both of them, not just the front, because holding that front is going to mess you up. Holding the back is going to mess you up too. So get used to applying it and how much pressure you need to apply on it. And if your brakes are spongy, you probably need a blade. So just get used to that. And then eventually, you know, hit some throttle. And have a good time with it. Obviously go to a parking lot that's big enough to where you can get on it a little bit. So I don't recommend doing this. I don't recommend riding with no hands, especially when you're a beginner. And a lot of times when you do this, you don't have as much of a reaction time window if you need to correct or anything like that. So, but anyway, what you do is you go ahead and you do that half click down, and that's neutral. Pulling that clutch, half click down. And sometimes it's real finicky, especially when you're in motion. In motion is real finicky. So sometimes it's better just to stop sometimes. Try that half click, neutral. So even if I go up, it should go, yeah, well. So it doesn't let me go into second, whatever. So it's in first. Half click up, or down. It really likes when it goes down instead of up. But there it is. All right, so I mean that's pretty much just a brief overview. Obviously here's your horn, here's your turn signals, but yeah, that's basically, you know, how to ride a bike. Very short, very straight to the point. You know, so if you end up having any questions, any preguntas, yeah, just let me know. I'm gonna probably do an in-depth video with like how to know where everything is on a motorcycle, so that way, you know, when it comes to getting one, you know, you're not too, you know, lost on what the hell you're doing. What the hell does he want? See what I mean, bro? People nosy as hell. I'm gonna zoom in on where he came in at. He came over here just to literally be nosy, because that's not a shortcut. Anyway, yeah, but that's it. You start first. Get used to rolling. Get used to pulling in that clutch. And one thing that I didn't say is, if you start getting scared, or you really want to slow down fast, don't only hit the brake. Pull in that clutch, slow down. Another thing to pay attention to, which is very, very important, do not, I repeat, do not brake in a turn while you're leaning. When you brake in that turn when you're leaning, the bike is going to fall right under you. So what you do is, you know, do as much of the turn as you can, pull the bike upright, brake. So I'll show you exactly what I mean by that. You pull it upright and brake. Hopefully this audio is correct, because that is essentially how to ride a motorcycle. Anyway, if you like the video, please like it, please subscribe. I appreciate everybody that watched that last video. I appreciate everybody that watches my videos now, in the future, in the past. I appreciate y'all. Anyway, y'all be safe, take it easy. I'm out. Oh, shit. Oh. It's on my chest. I'm gonna see if this damn audio is fucked up. How you doing? Alrighty, so? Have you on the private property. Back in that bag again. Whoa, whoa, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 hey. Back in that.
yeah. Tell them to watch it. Now I ain't talking my pockets, just know we ain't running out the way that we stock it. If I got it, you got it. If I call it, she sliding, tell her to mop it. Yeah, I got that shit doing. Damn, she took that thing off and bring it around. Going at it till I'm on. Put that 90 in a hole, I'm beating it down. I'm back in that bag again. Whoa, whoa. Oh, say less. I'm back in that bag again. Yeah, yeah.